What's going on, guys? It's Jerome. I'm back at it again with another episode of NBA Kicks, the show where we count down the top 10 best sneakers in the NBA every single week of the season. Last week, I asked you guys to let me know what your home court or gym is, and you guys came through with a ton of comments. We had one viewer from Jamaica who plays on a court called Mini, another from Hawaii whose stomping grounds is Kalakala Courts. Kalakaua was the last male king of Hawaii, so that's pretty cool. There was a Nortec Courts in Ndola, Zambia. De Gallos from Trinidad, love that name. And of course, we had a ton of people from the Philippines, but my favorite comment comes from Colin Shenafield, who says his home court is called the Cheese Room, and it's in Little Italy, Omaha, Nebraska. That is hilarious. I wish I played on a court called the Cheese Room. Huge shout out to everyone who answered from last week's episode. I love the participation. So this week, I'm gonna ask another question, and that question is, what is your holy grail sneaker that you never got your hands on a pair of them? Like, what's the one sneaker that always slipped right out of your grasp? Let me know in the comment section below. My holy grail sneaker is actually in this week's episode, or at least one of them, so you're gonna have to wait and see which one that is. But for now, drop a comment, let me know what your holy grail is that you were never able to add to your collection, and then sit back, or first go grab a snack, come back, relax, and enjoy this week's episode of NBA Kicks. Starting off the list at number 10, we have Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with the Adidas Forum Low. So I really wanted to get Cap on this week's episode because obviously a huge milestone involving Kareem himself just occurred. But the more I looked into his kicks, the more I felt validated with my pick. This colorway of the Forum Low might just be a truly exclusive, player exclusive, because while there is a giveaway on Adidas.com for a pair of Kareem-inspired Forum Lows, they are not the same pair that Kareem rocked during the game, which uses a sleeker black and gold color scheme with Cap's initials and number, as well as various quotes and Kareem-isms on the upper. But seriously, guys, I could not find this colorway anywhere I looked, so Kareem might actually just be the only guy who's got a pair of these, which is awesome. But I also just love seeing Kareem on the sideline rocking these for such an iconic sports moment in general, which, don't worry, we are gonna talk about a little bit later on this list. Next up at number 9, we have Julius Randle with the Kobe 6 Protro. So here we got a pair of Kobe's, which everybody loves, and it is in an annual colorway, which is usually always awesome, but this year, I gotta be honest, I'm a little let down by these. So this is the Black History Month colorway of the Kobe 6 Protros, which use a very interesting brown, pink, and blue color scheme, which I couldn't find any explanation on how this color scheme is directly connected to Black History Month, but it is a unique look, I will give it that, even though I'm just not a fan of the look overall. Honestly, I much rather take the original Kobe 6 BHMs, or even the Kobe 7s, or even the Kobe 8s, and even the Kobe 9s. Basically, any other BHM Kobe's over what we got this year. But still, I appreciate the effort, hence why you're seeing them on this week's list. But who are we kidding? I would still try to cop these if they ever did release, because the Kobe 6s are just like an all-time great hoop shoe, no matter what colorway they come in. Next up at number 8, we got Darius Beasley with the New Balance two-way V3. As you guys already know, the two-way V3 from New Balance is one of my favorite hoop shoes of the year. They've actually been a go-to for me on the court lately, so any new colorway of this silhouette is a welcome sight. This colorway uses a very nice, vibrant crimson and blue color scheme with hints of white to round things out, but if you take a closer look at the upper, you can see some musical notes scattered throughout the New Balance logo and collar, which really give this colorway some character to an already solid looking silhouette that again is one of the best on-court performers of the season. Seriously guys, if you haven't picked up a pair of these already, you gotta try them for yourself. The traction's insane, the cushion is awesome, the comfortability is incredible. It's just an all-around versatile sneaker. Coming in at number 7, we have Giannis Antetokunmpo with the Zoom Freak 4. Now here we have Giannis rocking a pretty simple but clean colorway of his 4 signature model. Using a very nice shade of light purple across the entire upper and midsole, this colorway is complemented with some seafoam hints on the inside of the swoosh, which adds some very nice contrast while maintaining that vibrant color scheme. And then you got a slightly tinted blue translucent outsole, which rounds everything out. This is one of those colorways that isn't too crazy, but just has the right amount of color to make things pop, all the while maintaining an overall clean package that I obviously can really appreciate, and personally wouldn't mind rocking these on the court myself. But personally, I'm still waiting for Nike to drop a Greek mythology pack of a Giannis signature sneaker. I mean, you could do an Ares colorway, Zeus, Poseidon, Medusa, the list goes on and on. Nike, take a bit of your own advice and just do it. Next up at number 6, we have Shay Gilges Alexander with the Prototype CX from Converse. Here's the new colorway of what I think is the most unique silhouette of the season. This colorway uses a super nice light gray and pink color scheme, which just looks exquisite on the silhouette, while the upper has a beautiful paisley pattern that looks absolutely fire and actually looks stitched onto the upper, which not only looks nice, but increases the quality as well. Again, the Prototype CXs is just a super unique looking silhouette that you'd have to put a really bad colorway on it to sour its look. But fortunately, Converse hasn't done that yet, and they provide us with yet another awesome colorway, which is good enough to land at the number 6 spot. But could you imagine doing a lace swap with these and replacing the laces with like a light green color? That way it kind of makes a Yeezy-like colorway? Oh, hell yeah. Next up at number 5, we have Cameron Edwards with the LeBron 9. Okay, so I cheated a little bit here because Cameron Edwards is actually in the G League, but with LeBron breaking the record a couple nights ago, I just had to find a way to put my favorite LeBron sneaker that I've never owned on the list. The Watch the Throne LeBron 9s were originally released in 2011 to commemorate Kanye and Jay-Z's tour and joint album of the same name, but a re-release of this colorway did drop in early 2022, which is probably how Cameron Edwards got his hands on a pair, since his pair has that slightly tinted blue translucent outsole instead of the glow-in-the-dark one that the OGs had. I mean, I think these are the retros. I don't know, it's kind of hard to tell, but if Cameron Edwards did rock the OGs, that would be crazy as well, because the Watch the Throne LeBron 9s, like I said earlier, are my favorite LeBron sneaker that I've never been able to add to my collection. So that's my answer for what shoe have you wanted to get but never been able to get. These are it right here. The lace lock goes hard, the laces go hard, the black and gold goes hard, the whole thing goes hard. Coming in at number 4, we have Montrezl Harrell with the Off-White Air Rubber Dunks. PJ Tucker is the undisputed sneaker king, but Montrezl Harrell is right next in line, which I guess would officially make him the sneaker prince or the Duke of sneakers? I don't know. Montrezl Harrell always keeps me on my toes because he rocks the craziest stuff that probably isn't the best option to actually hoop in, such as these Air Rubber Dunks, which while they are inspired by an OG basketball sneaker, the Nike Dunk, they are more of a lifestyle hype sneaker than an on-court performer. But you got to love the audacity of Montrez to rock these on the court, as he's probably the only one crazy enough to play in an actual NBA game with the Air Rubber Dunks on. And he even left the tag on, which honestly should be a safety hazard, but hey, what are you gonna do? This is technically the official proper way to wear some off-white Nikes, so you gotta respect it. Next up at number 3, we have Aaron Gordon with the AG2 Level Up. Yes, Aaron Gordon has a sneaker deal, and yes, he has his own silhouette, and yes, it's from a Chinese sportswear brand, but I dare you to look at me and tell me that this sneaker isn't clean. This silhouette is called the AG2 Level Up, which is another crazy long name from a Chinese brand, but the result is a super clean colorway that uses the Nuggets Technicolor color scheme and Skyline logo on the upper, while the rest of the silhouette is dressed in white for a classy look that really allows that upper to pop. But personally, while all that stuff is good and well, my favorite part about this colorway, or this shoe in general, is the mantra that is found on the collar, which says, "I had to level up, haters ain't never love." That's deep. Coming in as our runner-up, we have Klay Thompson with the Anta KT8 Low. Anta checks in with a super unique concept of Klay Thompson's 8 signature silhouette. These have officially been dubbed the 12 water charts, which might just be a reference to the rule of 12s, which I guess has something to do with predicting the height of tides. I don't know, I'm not an oceanographer, but I am a sneakerhead, and as a sneakerhead, I love this colorway of the KT8s with their gradient gray color scheme and particle wave graphic along the entire silhouette. This is one of the most unique concepts and colorways that we've seen all season long, and personally, I would most definitely rock these on the court because it doesn't look like anything else out there. And as I mentioned in a previous episode, I think the KT8 is a beautiful looking silhouette, so that plus this killer colorway equals great success. But honestly, we need more gray sneakers in our life, but good gray sneakers, because sometimes gray sneakers can be bad gray sneakers, but these gray sneakers are good gray sneakers. Finally, at number 1, we have LeBron James with the LeBron 20. All right, so here we are, guys. You probably saw this coming, but seriously, what are we gonna do? We got to talk about LeBron, his shoes, and of course, his record-breaking performance. I'm sure most of you guys were watching the game a few nights ago, which I got to say was such an entertaining sporting event. I mean, everyone in the arena was just buzzing as LeBron climbed closer and closer to breaking the all-time points record, which he did in this unreleased colorway of his 20th signature sneaker. In fact, I'm pretty sure that LeBron changed into these specific sneakers during halftime, because earlier he was seen wearing a light purple colorway, but by halftime he was rocking this pink colorway with a silver swoosh that seems pretty basic aside from the personal touches that LeBron sharpied onto the midsole. But this colorway is just going to live on in history as the shoe that LeBron wore when he became the all-time scoring leader in NBA history. Kareem, who was sitting courtside, held the all-time points record for nearly 40 years. And I don't know how long LeBron is going to hold the record for, but if I was a betting man, I'd bet that it'd be a pretty long time, because he is going to continue to score, and he's probably going to crack 40,000 points, which is just absolutely insane, and further validates the fact that LeBron is the best athlete to ever play the game, and his milestone should be celebrated, which we are doing here on NBA Kicks by officially crowning the LeBron 20s as the best sneaker worn during Week 10 of the 2022-23 season. Honestly, I'm actually still kind of processing the whole thing. I mean, I can't believe that he broke the record. That record seems unfathomably, unbreakable, if that's even right, if I'm even making sense. But LeBron is still going. It's incredible. Best athlete to ever play in the league. So huge shout out to him, and shout out to you guys for sticking this far in the video, which if you did, go ahead, reward yourself and your boy by leaving a like. It helps me out a lot. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're not already for more sneaker related content just like this. My name is Jaren. It's great having you. How fast can I get this intro out? Catch you in next week's episode. Peace.